Good morning. I'm here to talk to you today about the similarity of Trump's presidency to the Sphinx. And the true meaning of the Sphinx is only the true Nubians, the true Kemetic ones would know it. Although family, my great ancestors were the first to walk upon the land of the Americas. We are still and never changed from being the ancient ones of Nubia, aka Anunnakis. And this morning I want to talk about how the Sphinx is viewed in Greek studies of the past. They interpret it as, we should know by now how they interpret things. They interpret the Sphinx as a punishment from the gods. So this punishment from the gods, they view it as monstrous, as well as hideous. But when you look at it and get the deep understanding of what it's meaning, you can see how the body is of an animal and the head is of a light being, a human, a manifestation, a man. And this meant it was a lesson for all in the human form not to allow the lion body, the bird wing, the animal body, the animation take over the enlightened human mind. This is what the true meaning of the Sphinx was. It's not nothing to feel cursed. It was nothing to feel punished by a god. It was a lesson. It was a reminder, not a lesson, but more like a reminder to those who would know. They left us reminders. Lion's nature is shaped by one brutal force, the dreadful enemy. The dreadful enemy. Lions are friendly. One writer was saying that the lion is friendly and you can almost you can actually go up to a lion and play with it and, rub it. But there's one stipulation to all that. You better make sure he's not hungry. Like Omarosa has learned, you better make sure he's not hungry. Because you might find yourself on the other side of you might find yourself on the table, even if you get invited. They eat on demand and don't care to save their food. The lion will eat his fill and then leave the rest to his people. That's what the lion does. He eats all that he wants to eat, and then the scraps are left for the rest of the pride. Because yes, they do run in pride of 15. And what do we see in the White House right now? Good morning, Quest Ion, Royal Family. What do we see in the White House? We see a large, huge pride. A huge pride. With none of us in it. Like Omarosa often says, they making decisions about us without us. The hunt is on. The female will do all the hunting. And she is carefully watched by hyenas and all the other animals that are predatory. Because he does free eating. So family, when I say we have nothing to fret over, understand me. You must hold dear to your peace of mind and your peace, because their method is against us, and it's called no justice. They will not have no peace. See, they know. So it's up to us to understand what has been given to us and been left for us, and stop worried about the things that they have thrown in front of us, such as identity, such as religion, such as trying to understand them. Because we're losing our time for ourselves. We're losing too much time trying to bit with these roadblocks thrown in front of us, because they know that they've stolen our understanding of death. Death means life. But in this paradigm, we can't see that. We can't understand that, because our minds are locked into the way they think. And we cannot do this anymore. We can't afford to have our minds locked into the conditions, because we can fly out of this condition through natural means, because we were natural naturally made beings in that way. So we spend our time on remedial things because that's all we know. That's all we've been taught. That's why our minds, we don't use the high parts of our brain. We're stuck on intelligence with them. They're stuck in intelligence. Let me tell you a story here. Intelligence now, they cannot stop creating, inventing, getting money. It's a must. But we don't see that because we're too busy being distracted to really sit down and be at peace and see the science behind it all. Science and the symbolism, they distracted us from those things through their interpretations. So we are missing out on a whole lot of things that will help pull us out of the trap of lies. The Hebrews fell for the lie of division, that just because you look like me doesn't mean you're me. And they fell for the trick of genealogy in the spell book. Those people never existed. There's always some truth in the stories, but always come at it in this paradigm to be half truths, never full truths. Always half truths. This is why they say he would be the last president. In a book written in 1890 called The Last President. And also a metaphysical book was written in the 1890s about Byron Trump, his son. I have both of those books, and you can only get it online, and it's through the Library of Congress. But we have to realize that a lot of information is prophetic to us, and that every book written in the past is a roadmap to how these lions are to perform, because they don't have it. Like I was saying last night, we come here already contracted with duties. They don't have that. So they have their duties coming from the book, from the how, who, what, when, and why. To like almost a daily like almost a guide, like a guide. Thank you, Denise. We have to realize that all prophetic writings have been used as a guide for them, because we already have our things within us, but we've been programmed to see everything outside of us. So we dismiss the power within for will, when will is the cardinal way. And we want a higher way, we go within for the power. You see. So it says get all understanding, and then you go into church and they tell you, no, it's not your understanding. It's not your own understanding. And then a lot of people run into problems when they question these churches. They end up getting mistreated, thrown out. So same thing with Trump's administration. Questions cannot be asked and get truth in return. Truth cannot be given. So that's why I say, family, questioning everything. There's nothing wrong with questioning everything, including the power within yourself, the higher self, because that is your guide. We were taught to be too much realism, and that our minds were trained to think that this is realism. Our minds were trained to believe that this is realism that we're living, and that life is important. Oh, we gotta hold tight to life. And I seen the video of the woman that got stabbed in her neck, and she still wants to live. That would be a great disappointment to me, that, someone stabbed me and I lived. I'm like, what? I have to take more abuse? But, and she did sustained more abuse. She sustained more abuse because he was a plan, an outside plan. We live in a controlled system, and it's evident, and the truth came out through those 2 books written in 1890, and a whole lot of other things we can tell. Even the Biblios is a script, movie script that they go by. So when people say, wake up, sister, brother, you got to know the meaning of wake up. And with that said, keep your eyes to the sky and your mind on your prize, because there's so much confusion out here that definitely have to run inside to your higher guide for the answers, because you're brilliant. You gotta use it. Until next time, family, true love, real peace, and the higher self within. Great day, everybody.